This conference will now be recorded.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Krishna.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
How
Hello.
are you?
Yeah. All well. Thank you. Hello, Sumesh. How are
Hi
you?
Ram, good evening. Good,
Yeah.
thank you.
Good evening. So, any question from the previous session, please?
None from my side.
So, last time we have discussed about the initiative, concept of initiative, and we have seen how we can create an initiative. So, what I'll do, I'll explain today how we can create an initiative, all the fields and tabs available on initiative, and the basic configuration required for initiative creation. Okay. So as I explained in my last session, initiative can be one idea or idea which is containing the multiple projects to be executed. So I have given one example of a township. Okay, within a same township, you can have a multiple projects. And another example, let's say if you are planning to install one substation. Okay, so within substation, if you know the substation structure, how it works, like first of all, the foundation has to be laid. This is a civil work, and then mechanical work has to be done. All the poles and all the structure has to be installed in that civil, that foundation, and then electrical work has to be done. So if you like most of the companies, they are doing the installation. A same company is doing, but in some of cases, if company are taking it as a separate project, like one is a civil project, another an electrical project, another is a mechanical project. Okay. Another point of view, if you see, like if you just understand for apartment. Okay, this is also one of example. Let's say when we are going for apartment construction, so just consider, don't take it in a real estate way. Just like when we are going for any interior, including your electrical work, okay, and some other work. So these all are the different projects within the same idea. So initiative, exactly what it is providing to our structure, it is providing one more level in a portfolio standard structure. Okay, and apart from that, it is having the sum of functionality of project also, like item. Okay, so whenever we are creating any initiative, okay, and when we are saving it, automatically one C project, one PPM project will also be created. Okay, so as I remember in last session, I explained the concept of decision point, right?
Hi, I have a question. So, is there a possibility we can create an initiative without that project being created in project management?
Yeah, you can do that. It is not always, see, this initiative is a separate object. Based on
Mhm.
that, you are, see, it is working for, it is working as a project also, and it is working as a structure level also, and it is working like it is up to you whether you want to go for integration further, or to want to you want to assign the multiple item or single item, or you just want to stop the initiative on that point of time. Because let's say if you are decided, like let's say some idea, okay, that or some objective you have decided to, I'm taking the same example of substation, and you are just checking as a organization body, you are checking like in upcoming years in this particular area, this much of population will come to reside. Okay, and accordingly, in 10 years or 5 years down the line, I need to supply this much of energy in that area. So by considering all that fact, and you decided to install one substation having some, you can say, some capacity of that particular substation. Okay, so when you went for further analysis, like you have to think when, where I need to install it, how much will be the capacity for this substation. You have to take all the clearance from the department, legal department and all, or maybe some other formality you have to do, financial analysis, your market analysis. There are lots of things you need to do, let's say. And one point of time you are saying, no, I'm not going with this, let us close it. Once the population will come here, I'll install same time, I'm not planning for 10 years, let's say. So you can drop that idea and that point of time, and you can close the initiative. Okay, So no need to go to execute that idea in form of any item or any project. Clear?
Okay.
So when we are
So
thinking about, yeah,
one question. So
yeah.
the initiative, right? So initiative can be a project by itself, or it can be a combination of multiple different projects,
Correct.
right? So when we are trying to create a C project, a PPM project in parallel, right? So does it still refer to the combination of projects, that PPM project?
See, this is a standard functionality. When you will save the initiative, automatically one PPM project will be created. But the functionality, what we have in the real project will not be same as we are having with respect to the initiative. It is having some limited functionality, and there is some meaning. For some meaning, the SAP has provided this functionality to create automatically this project. Okay, I'll let you know in the system what are these functionality and what are the limitations of these projects. And apart from that, it is like if you are trying to submiss, like if you don't want to create any PPM project in the background, and if you are trying to stop it, in that case that whole structure will be abrupted and you cannot do that. Okay, however, this is possible. Like if anybody is thinking, okay, let's not allow to create the PPM project because it is not being used as I know, as I want in process. So if we are trying to stop it, in that case, initiative will also not work. So the SAP has designed the initiative structure in such a way that you have to go with the PPM project always. You cannot avoid it.
PPM project.
And at least one decision point has to be created, whether it is an initiative or item. Without that, you cannot go forward.
Let's say we have a scenario, you have an initiative, and your process is like you are creating multiple items under that initiative. Okay.
Right.
So
Mhm.
the initiative is more like whatever budget plan cost you are doing,
Mhm.
everything gets rolled up at the initiative level, if I'm not
Right.
wrong, right?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
it's just for a reference, how much cost I'm going to get in this particular 100 projects that's under this initiative.
Correct.
So in that case, I don't need a project management project to be created.
Yes, I actually you are correct, but let us discuss again why we are creating PPM project. See, let me explain here 1 second. Let's say I'm not creating a bucket. Let's say this is your initiative. Let's say substation, or I'll take this total outsourcing project. Okay, total TOS project, and for this you have created one initiative in system. Okay, just understand this structure. Okay, and when you're creating it, it will have some decision point, and parallel to decision point, a PPM project will also be created here. Now come back to initiative. Under initiative, you can have multiple items. Okay, let's say for the same initiative, you are having supply and installation of servers. This is your one project, and SAP implementation is another project. So how you can decide whether I should go to PS or how should I go to PPM project? Okay, so you have created two item. Okay, and parallel to this you have C project already. Okay, so in this initiative, I can have multiple decision point. Decision points are the stage gates. Okay, these are the phases. These are the phases in PPM project. We are calling same as a decision point in PPM. Okay, and conceptually as a process wise, we are calling it is a stage gate. It is a stage where we need to complete our task. Okay, whatever the checklist I am having for that particular decision gate I need to complete first, then only I can move to next phase, okay, or next decision point or next stage gates. Okay, so when I'm creating initiative, PPM project will also be created, and it will have some partial functionality of PPM project, not all. Okay, what are these? Like you will have the functionality of checklist. Okay, you will have the functionality to get the person responsible to assign to initiative. That is one more functionality. Okay, so SAP has given one standard profile which we are calling as a project type standard. That is a standard. Okay, and that automatically will copy, okay, whatever the parameters are given in that standard PPM project type profile. Okay, it will consider all these settings and will replicate the project. Okay, so if you want to restrict some of functionality, you need to go in that standard profile, and you need to you can assign some role type, you can assign some task. Okay, so that the system will consider only that task type and role type here to create, to extend some of functionality here in the initiative. Okay, one thing. Another, here you need to decide whether you are going to execute this initiative. So if it is approved, means you need to execute it. You can create a multiple items under the same initiative. So what is happening exactly when you are creating any item under the initiative? So it will be considered as created initiative item. So if you read any literature, it will be there like initiative item. However, when you are creating directly item under the last level bucket, it will be read as a independent item. Okay, but when you are creating any item under the initiative, same time it is automatically assigned to last level of bucket also, to which that initiative is assigned. Okay, this is just need to understand. So here the initiative is not independently working as a structure extended element. It is just providing the functionality to group item in one, and it is assigning again to last level of bucket. However, it is having some extended functionality from PPM project. Again, come here. Okay, your question was like why I am replicating into PPM project. So here I am having two scenario, whether I need to go with the PS project or PPM project. So whenever I am thinking about the requirement of business, so if they want to go for resource planning in detail, so it is always recommended to go to PPM project, because in a PPM project we have very good way to assign the resources as per the requirement, qualification, locations. You can integrate with SCM. Okay, and it is the main functionality of PPM. So if you see here, supply and installation and server and SAP implementation, you can easily judge that in this project, supply and installation and server, I don't need to have more resource assignment, because it's a one-time job. You can purchase the server, you can send it to the contract, or you can send it to the client and install it, and that's fine. Okay, that's completed. Your job is completed. Now you are going for SAP implementation. That is a long-term project. You need to assign lots of resources here. So anyway, you have to understand in this way that in that case, SAP implementation project, you need to go with the PPM project. However, if you are going for supply and installation and of servers, in that case better to go with PS project, because here we will look moreover related to financial plannings, financial actuals. So what we can do directly, we can integrate with PS project here, and here SAP implementation we can directly integrate with PPM project. Okay, but the question again, when I'm going with the PPM project, how I'll capture the financial values? So as I explained in my last session, in my previous session, that in PPM we don't have any cost object. We have to take any existing like any object from the finance or from the project system. So you can integrate. Let me represent here in, let's say if you are going for this solution, that this is your PPM project. Okay, in PPM project you can do the resource planning. That is the major functionality here. Okay, and again you will have choice. You want to go to integrate with PS project.
Quick question.
Yes.
So an initiative by itself is never a project. It should always have an item. Is that correct?
Yes, Not always. You again, it is depend. Like if you are going to execute it, if you are going to realize it, then only it will have the item. Otherwise, you can stop at initiative level.
Right.
That's it.
So if I'm moving it forward, so it will always have an idea which will be implemented, right?
Right.
Initiative itself cannot implement a idea.
Because we don't have anything to connect to capture the cost there.
Capture. Okay.
Okay, and we are not replicating directly to PPM project having full functionality. So it is some limited
So it's
functionality
more
we are.
like a header before it actually moves forward. So here in this example, right? So for total outsourcing project, we are creating a PPM project. Correct?
Yes, in total outsourcing, this is the initiative. Under that, I'm creating two items. One is supply and installation of server, another is SAP implementation. Okay,
Correct.
so in SAP implementation, I am interested to go for the resource planning in detail. I have replicated into PPM project. So I can
So
do.
before that, sorry, I'm sorry to
No,
stop
no,
you.
no problem.
So
No
before
problem.
that, the initiative you have already assigned it to the PPM project. So that PPM project, so it kind of consolidates both these ideas and then
No,
controls it.
no. I understood. I understood your question. You are saying that I have already replicated to PPM project, whether it is the same what we are creating here. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
No, it is different. It is only having some functionality. It is not full-fledged PPM project. Okay, it is just to extend some functionality. Here what we are doing, we are using some of functionality of PPM project and initiative. That's it. It is for this purpose only. We are
Yeah,
not
but
going in detail. So just
what
forget. Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm trying to understand here, so automatically SAP is asking us to create a PPM project for an initiative, right?
Mhm.
And if we try to break this, there are other problems. So if even if I allow this PPM project, what are we actually achieving with this PPM project? Resources for the initiative, is it?
Not exactly resource planning. It is to just assign the person responsible. Person
Okay,
responsible. I'll let you know how we can assign
sure.
it. Once we'll see in the system, it will be clear. Okay.
Okay,
So here, conceptually understand this part. It is an independent project here. It is nowhere related to my PPM item. Okay.
okay.
And here we need to do the
Just
configuration
one
for
question.
yeah.
Please correct me if I'm wrong. So when you are creating an item, parallelly you can create a PPM project, and from there you can either create a PS project or internal order. So you can have your resource planning, cost planning, everything in this cycle. But
Yeah.
on an initiative, you cannot do this cost planning or resource planning. Is that right?
Cost planning you can do, resource planning, capacity planning you can do, but it is in a limited.
Okay. So
Okay.
from
Okay.
initiative, you cannot create a PS project or internal order.
Uh, See, I'll let me answer again. Okay, this is quite confusing. Okay, so let us clear here. Okay, see, it is clear now. Whatever the project PPM project we are creating at initiative level, it is independent. It is nowhere related to my item PPM project. Okay, so whenever I am looking to integrate my SAP implement, that is item and PPM project in configuration, I have to assign the type template, the project type template here, and it will consider that and will create a PPM project. Okay, one thing. Your question, like in PPM project, we can integrate with internal order PS project as per our choice. If we are going with PS project in detail to see the hierarchical cost and all, then we need to go to PS project. If you just want to capture the cost and want to go with the overall cost in one item, then you can consider the internal order. That is fine. You can whatever the resource cost you are planning in PPM project, that can be transferred to internal project, internal order, or PS project. That is also possible. Like you can define the rates for a particular resource and you can transfer this calculated cost to internal order or PS project. Now your question, whether we can do here cost planning or capacity resource planning. Okay, here in initiative and item or even on bucket level, okay, we have a concept of financial planning and capacity planning. This is a overall planning. We cannot go in much detail. Okay, so what we can do, again, just consider if you have idea of investment management. So at first level of positions, we are defining some values and then we are distributing it again in the case of budget, right? So here the similar concept we have. Let's say for this initiative level, I can plan the cost. I can plan the cost. Let's say $100,000. I have planned that I will for total outsourcing project. This is my total cost. Okay, so I can plan it here. Then whatever the item I am going to be execute here, I can have the same cost bifurcation again at item level. Okay, so I am having two ways to do the financial planning at initiative level or at item level. Whether I can enter the values directly manually here, or I can fetch the detail from objects. Objects means here in item level, I can fetch the detail from PS project here for this item, let's say, and I can show in financial planning. Okay, and then same values can be rolled out to initiative. That is also possible. Okay, so is it clear how I can do? I can do the financial planning, but it is a overall planning. I can do the capacity planning, but it is a overall planning. In detail, I'll show you.
Yeah, I think it will be clear if you show in the system.
Okay, and one more thing here, initiative. See, this is just out of the box. Okay, out of the box means you will not read anywhere in any document that initiative whether you can integrate with any PS project or not. Okay, it is nowhere related. I have never seen any document, but I have seen one note, especially that what you can do, you can apply one body. Even I have also done in some of project, one of my project, that I am able to assign PS project manually to initiative to integrate it. Okay, so what we did, we have extended some program there, and then it was system was allowing me to assign the PS project. Okay, there was some requirement where we were not going to for item and all details. When I'm planned that already this is my idea and I'm going to execute, so the business was asking not to go to the item, so that's why we have decided to put some provision directly assigned to PS project to initiative. But as a standard, if you are going for, if you are planning for an interview in anywhere, don't explain like this. We whether we have integrate directly, we can assign the PS project to initiative or not. Okay, because it is not written anywhere in any document, so better not to go for it. Is it clear here?
Yeah, we can move forward.
Okay, so let us see in the system how what exactly is given. 1 second. What am I? So let us see first existing initiative, then we'll create our own initiative type and we'll see the process. So now you can see the screen. So as a portfolio manager, I need to come here on my dashboard here. Okay, and investment project RDS. Okay, someone has changed it. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to create an initiative. Okay, so here you can see portfolio initiative. You click here. Okay, you can create an initiative. Click on create initiative. Okay, so let us see before going forward. Let us check this. So when you are clicking on portfolio initiative, this is the dashboard which will show you the all detail of initiative. You can see the switch portfolio. If you want to switch to another portfolio, you can switch it from here. Okay, and you can see switch hierarchy bucket. Okay, or portfolio details if you want to see under which this initiative is going to be created, or you can search. Okay, so you can see all initiatives here: active initiative, active proposal, active escalation, inactive initiative, and release initiatives. Okay, so let's say if you are clicking here on active initiatives, you can see here. Okay, again here you can see the name, ID, initiative type, created by, number of items, plan, start, finish, category. Okay, you can modify this column settings here. Okay, so this is a standard way. Everywhere we are doing settings from this. Let me cancel it. Now how I can create the initiative? Go to create initiative. Yeah, so what I can do here, you can see continue, you can see the bucket name. So first of all I need to select the bucket, and under that bucket I am having okay, so under this bucket I am having two options: initiative template or initiative type. So what I can do, I can create initiative by copying from existing template which is created by administrator, or the configuration I need to have in initiative type. This is a profile which is controlling all the functionality of initiative. But if you see, I'm not having anything here. Mapping between initiative type and portfolio type is not defined. Okay, so let me select any other portfolio type where I am having the values. So I just want to show you first the existing. Switch portfolio. Okay, IT portfolio. Yeah, portfolio initiatives. Yeah, I'm having here portfolio. So you need to go to create initiatives. So for this portfolio type, already initiative types has been created and assigned to the portfolio type. Again, mapping between, again I'm not having, so it means they are having some problem. Let me create my own initiative type. So let me switch it to our own process, own portfolio. So this was yeah, this one, this or 1 second, just wait a moment. Okay, let me open another system. I'm having settings there. Actually, this is a client system. This is a live system. Live means we are setting it for one of client. Okay, so it's in a very initial stage now. Okay, so here we need to go my portfolio management. Here I'm having portfolio initiatives. Okay, so you can see here ICS IT portfolio. Okay, I can create an initiative here. You click on create on initiative. Okay, create initiative. So first of all I need to select the bucket. Okay, you select the bucket, and let's say this is a hierarchy here. I need to open that, and I need to start any project, let's say for SAP projects. Click on OK. So I'm having two options here. I can go with the initiative template, or I can go with the initiative type. So if you just want to reduce some data entry, you can select the initiative template. Otherwise, better to go with the initiative type. You select here, And as of now, it is showing three different initiative type. One is consulting initiative, another is a proposal, and third is a total outsourcing. So let us consider total outsourcing here. Go to continue. Okay, let's say total IT solution for ABC Limited. Okay. So here ID, this is external ID. You can change if you want. Otherwise, it can be the same. And see, this is the initiative header. Okay, this one. And this all the parameters which is appearing, we can control it from the configuration. What are the information we want to keep here? As of now, it is not saved. So here it is showing me the decision points only. So specification, analysis, bidding, and implementation. These are the four steps here. These are the four stage gates here. Status, as of now, it is showing me created status. Status change. If you want to change the status, you can change it from here. But better to save it first. Status profile, you can change the status profile here. Responsible role, you can assign the responsible role here, and responsible resources, you can get it here. Okay. Then the detail description you can enter here. This is a forecast start and finish date, plan start and finish date, actual start and finish date. So as of now, I'm entering start date. Let's say it will start, plan start from 1st of November to 2019 to, let's say it will take 29th of Feb 2020. So let me save it. The value of mandatory input field category is initial. So there is one field here, category, which is mandatory. So I selected it and saved. Yeah, so this initiative is created. Okay, now let us see this, what exactly we have here. When you are keeping cursor here, it will show you the phase.
Can you go back to that classification tab one more time, please? Okay, from where this is coming, classification hierarchy?
This is another hierarchy. I'll come to this. Okay. This
Okay.
is the same hierarchy which I was explaining earlier. Like if you want to go with the different dimensions to analyze your reports, or if you want to go with different dimensions to analyze your item or initiative. Okay, so you need to create a one classification hierarchy, which you can directly assign it here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
So here, when you will keep cursor here, it will show you the detail, whether it is a, see, come here, it is showing phase, it is a decision point, it is a phase, it is a decision point, it is a phase, it is a decision. So you
But
notice here,
when you create an item, this dashboard, like here you have decision point, phase, decision point, phase, right? In item, it won't reflect like this, right?
item we have choice whether we want to integrate with ppm project. If you want to, there is two way to integrate, header to header and header to header plus item to item. I'll explain in detail of how we can get it all this here in item.
Okay.
Okay, so let us understand this. So what exactly happening here? Okay, you can see these are the phases created. Phase is a part of ppm project, and decision point is a part of PPM, portfolio management. Okay, so just understand this phase is a part of project management, and decision point is a part of portfolio management. So you will see the decision point in initiative and in the item. Okay, so here, however, the meaning of these two is the same. See, the phase meaning and decision point is the same. Both are the stage gates. So some of functions you can use from PPM project here in initiative. So if you will go the phase, you open the phase, okay, you will have some different functionality here. Okay, you are having phase type here. You can select the phase type. Let's say IT implementation, person responsible. Okay, you can select the person responsible. You can select the responsible resource. So as of now, it is not given here. For this, you can go to approval, additional data. Okay, I'll let you know. Okay, let me explain this first. Okay, so what we can do in phase, you are having some different functionality, and in decision point you are having some different functionality. Okay, so you will have some different tabs here and all. So one question arises here, if we like, you may face one question from the business side, that I will do I will execute only one object and another object should be executed automatically. For example, when I'm changing the status here in a specification phase, the status of specification decision point should be changed automatically. Okay, for example, when I'm closing the phase or when I'm closing the decision point, the phase should also be closed, because I'll not go to close it. Okay, so we have this functionality in a standard system, we call it as a DFM. Okay, decision flow management or synchronization. So we have different type of synchronization system. We have one is for like description. If you are changing description here, it will change here. Another synchronization, the status synchronization. If you are changing the status here in one object, another object will also be changed. Okay, and another one is authorization. If you are assigning some person here for particular decision point, respective to that, whatever the phase is there, the same authorization will be assigned to that phase also. So this functionality of DFM we are having in a different objects in PPM system. Okay, so this is available in initiative to PPM project. This is available to initiative to item. This is available to item to PPM project. This is available to PPM item to PS project also. Okay, so we can synchronize the object. Okay, we will discuss it in detail. Okay, so it is to just explain here, and these are the tabs here: overview, phase and decision, deliverable, relationship, assigned item, document and notes, and miscellaneous. For overview, general information is here. Additional information, this additional information will be used in the financial planning. Okay, and classification, you can have the reason why you are executing this project, category, okay, technology type, subcategory, area, locations. Okay, so and grouping. Apart from that, the classification hierarchy. So all these details, these static information you have to configure in SPRO in configuration. So directly you are fetching the detail from there. Let's say reason. So I have maintained in one table project reason. Based on all these parameters, I can execute some of reports, and based on the locations here, I can find my suitable resource for any resource planning. Now coming to the financial information here, again it is related to the financial planning. Okay, you can analyze the different data here. We are having the net present value, return on investment, net present value, how it is being calculated for manually data, capacity information. Okay, so in financial information, to just show you, you can do the financial planning here. You click here, another tab will open and you can do the financial planning. But for initiative in this system, we did not.
You can manually update here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we are
So
having both the way.
some planned cost of $10,000, and below this initiative you have 5 projects. Will it be equally shared with those 5 items, or
Not automatically. In PPM project, we have very less validations in system. Okay, again I am saying you can control it in implementation of body. It is achievable, but system will not check if you are going beyond of the initiative. Financial value system will not check it.
okay?
Okay. Then capacity information, whatever the capacity you require to complete that initiative, you can define here. Again, this is a tab to execute the to plan the capacities. Value propositions. Okay, you can enter the reason, goals and benefits of this initiative. You can add more text areas here. Okay, it is possible. Go to phase and decisions. Whatever the phase or decision points are created, it is given here. What is the status, start date, end date. So in one glance, you can see all the details relevant to phase or initiative, phase or decision point. Active review. These are the active reviews. When you are sending an initiative for management review, you can create a review in the system. So it will be available here. Okay, closed review. it will show here how many reviews has been closed. Archive reviews will be available here. Deliverable, it is a, you can define the matrix deliverable, that is a total cost, plan cost, actual cost. Here you can enter it manually, or some of data you can get it from the integration. It's like actual cost, you don't want to enter it manually, you can fetch it this detail. Okay, development cost, launch cost, ECB, NPV, all these values you can enter, and you can use the same values in some other calculation in financial planning. Okay, so we will study this matrix and questionnaires here, okay, in details. Now coming to the relationship, you can create a relationship here. It is just like how we are creating a relationship between the different activities in the network. Okay, so if you are having multiple initiatives, you can define which initiative has to be executed first and then next. Assigned item, how many items has been created for this initiative, it will be listed here. Document and notes, any document which is uploaded, and it will be available here. Notes, you can enter notes here, and you can add more text field also here. Collaboration, if you are using collaboration, you can use this tab. Miscellaneous, here it is to assign the responsibility and authorization and versions. Okay, so this responsible tab, basically it is coming from PPM project. There is a functionality to create a rules in PPM project. So let me explain this, the meaning of roles there. In SAP, we are having different type of roles. Okay, roles like PFCG roles. Okay, so whenever we are going to execute any transactions, the user should be should have the roles under which the transaction is included, and he should be allowed to permit certain actions, certain activities based on the PFCG settings. Okay, that is a one type of role. Apart from that, in PPM we have the project specific role. So whenever any project is being created, the project manager has to think what are the different roles we need to execute this project. For example, if it is any SAP implementation project, so what are the modules are there? Okay, let's say if you are thinking broadly, a functional consultant and a web consultant, you need a project manager, you need an integration manager. So these are my 4 different roles which I can create for any specific project. If you want to go again to bifurcate and want to calculate your cost, and again in detail perspective, let's say if your cost is different at PS consultant, or let's say if it is different for CPM consultant or PPM consultant, again you can create your role with respect to that particular module also. That is also possible. So when you're creating these role, then you need to assign the resources, available resources from the HCM system, which you are calling it as a staffing. Okay, so here the same thing we are doing. This functionality is from C project, PPM project. Okay, so how I can do this? I can create directly role here, create role. Let's say I need a project manager. This functionality, this all configuration, I'll explain once we'll move to PPM project. So project manager, role ID, this is automatically selected by system. Role type, administrator, or okay, administrator 1 I'm selecting. Role functions 1 or 2, it is defined something. What is the date of starting of this role? System is proposing me calculated start is from 1st of November to 29th of Feb. So I can keep same. Let's say I'm keeping from 1st of November to, I'll keep only for 3 months, 2 months, November and December. Okay, so I have this functionality. I can, okay, this is created. Now I can save the values. Okay, so role is created. Now you can see project manager. Here it is showing me red, means it is not staffed, means I have to assign some resources here. So you can find out your resource here. Okay, here it is very limited. You cannot access the full functionality to search a resource. You can see the copy role, you can see the include role, you can see the copy role and staffing from, you can copy from another existing one. Update role according to task. No, I'm not going with this detail. So manually I need to define, or I can find out here. All criteria, business partner wise, I need to find out. Go to find. Hmm. One second, let me find out. Organization wise, if I'm able to find anything. Okay, or business partner wise. Okay, so let's say these are the findings. Okay, so now you can select any resource here. You can do the staffing. You click on staff, it will be available here. Okay, I need to staff one more. Let's say these are the two staff which will work on this. You can enter the start date and end date. I'm not going in this much of detail as of now, because focus to understand the process first. So resource assignment overlap, business partner does not exist, some issues there. So let me close, let me delete some stuffing here. Select delete stuffing. Business partner does not exist. One second. Sorry. Okay. Okay, no issue. I'll explain it later. Let me check some basic. Actually, the business partner is not exist, maybe. So, and deleting staffing, I'll show you what exactly I'll achieve by doing this. Okay, you need to go to overview here, go to edit general information. Okay, here. Okay, let me cancel it. Leave this. Okay, so here person responsible role, this is a responsible role. I can select this role now here. Okay, project manager I have created. So this is the extended functionality which I'm getting it from PPM project, and based on that I can select the responsible person. Okay, so I have assigned one person, US sales commissioning receipt. So I'm achieving this now because of PPM project. This is the one functionality. Okay, another functionality is a checklist. Okay, you click here on checklist. So here you can see checklist, it will not be available in item. Okay, so in initiative, in checklist, I can define what are the checklists which I need to include for this initiative. Okay, so this is the project, this is the ppm project. If you see here, see, this is the id here, id, this is the initiative id. Okay, just notice this 2019 in last, 2502019, one second, 202019, 502019. Okay, so this is a different range. Okay, it will looks like initiative number, but it is a different number. Okay, so this is a ppm project number. Okay, go to details, go to details. What is happening here? System, some problem. One second, slow. A problem with web. Just wait a moment, please. Let me check this. This is S4 HANA system 1809. Okay, go to initiatives. Okay, this is my last initiatives here. Go to checklist. So this is a ppm project, you can edit it. You go to details, go to details. Okay, actually this is a ppm project, and here in structure it is showing me 3 subtabs: details, tables, and graphics. Okay, in tables it will show me in the tabular format, but in details it will show me in the details format. Okay, so I need to check why this detail is not coming, otherwise it will looks like how we have the structure area and CJ20N. Okay, so I can see the phases here, project definition, and accordingly it should appear here. Maybe some problem, I need to check this, why I'm not getting here. Okay, in table format you can see in table, and in graphics if you are clicking here it will show you the graphical format. So here from here you can see the details, and you can use the functionality of checklist. Okay, how we can use the functionality of checklist in ppm project, I'll explain this. Okay, so here it is just to understand how we can include the multiple checklist here. Okay, coming back here, let us understand one more thing: proposal and escalation. If we want to make this initiative as a proposal, so in configuration and initiative type, I need to select as a proposal. So automatically this will be selected, and the overall initiative will be considered as a proposal. If I want to escalate it, you can consider this and save, and you can have some parameters. Based on that, you can trigger a mail, and here in dashboard it will show you accordingly. So active initiative is with the initiative which is not closed. Active proposal means for which this escalation, sorry, this proposal checkbox is selected. And for escalation, active escalation means for initiatives for which the escalation checkbox is selected. And then inactive initiatives and the release initiative. If initiative is released, then it will be activated. Okay, so here we can see the information, and we can change the status. Let's say we are having the different status, and these status are standard. These are the system status. So we have to go in the sequence. Let's say first is ready to review. Okay, and then next is, let's say, reset, delayed, or complete. Okay, I can go with this. So I am having a sequence for it, how we need to go. First of all, as a process, specification has to be defined. Then I need to work on these 2 phases and decision point. Then once it is completed, then I need to move further. So analysis has to be done. Is it closed? Status release delayed. Okay, I think it is completed. Okay, so here again, once analysis will be done, then bidding and implementation. Once bidding will be done, then we will go to the implementation. So this is the sequence. First we need to confirm one stage gate, then we need to move for the next stage gate. Okay, so here whatever the functionality we are looking here, like financial and capacity planning, phase and decision point, deliverable, relationship, assigned item, everything will be available on item also. So what we can do as a practice, because we can see what exactly the major functionality we have in the initiative, but in item we can go one by one. Okay, like what is the phases, how we can configure the phases, how we can configure for the financial and capacity planning. The configure way of configuration is the same, exactly the same. So what we'll do, first of all, we will understand what are the major profiles or major configuration we need to do for the initiatives. So is this clear, or do you have any question here?
I think it is a little lot. I think we'll have to go back, work on the system. Then
Yes.
we'll
So
understand, at least my
so
side.
yeah. So do one thing, you just go through of the system, try to read all the definitions. Definitions means you just understand the system. Okay, because in sessions only I can explain the functionality, but to remember it you have to go again and again on the screen. You need to navigate the system, then only you can correlate from where exactly we are getting the data, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So one by one, just go, you create one initiative, check overview, what are the fields we are having, how it will help us to map the scenario within the process, additional information, what is the meaning of all these, forecast, classification, okay, then financial information, okay, financial planning, and this financial planning is the same. These are the some parameters, financial planning parameters, which we are defining. Standard system, some of values are being captured automatically from other fields. Capacity information. So in next session I'll explain the configuration. Okay, then we will directly jump to the item, and we will go in item very detail, and then we'll come back again to initiative, because in item it will be like the correlation with the process will be easy, because here I'm not having the full project or not having the full structure object. So what we'll do, we'll go to the item, we'll understand exactly in detail, and then we can correlate in initiatives. Okay.
Sure, Rama. I think, yeah, we need this time to understand what is happening in the initiative.
Yeah. Okay, but if you see in the old PLM 5, sorry, in older version of any literature, this initiative you will get you will not get much stuff to study. Okay, so best part to study this to go to SAP library if you want to go in more research.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you, Sumesh. Thank you, Krishna. If you have any question, please let me know.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Rama.
Sir, I don't have questions, but two things I want to ask. One is I'm yet to get practice system access.
Practice you didn't got?
No, I did not get any mail regarding.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll arrange it. Okay. See,
Yeah,
tomorrow I'm traveling to India. Let me close this. So
where
maybe